So we're going to talk about what the anterior pelvic tilt is and what it looks like and how to test and see if this is your problem. So the way we want to think about it, if you look from the side, we think about the hips, the whole pelvic hip complex right here being a bucket, okay? Bucket full of water. So we don't want to spill the water. So if it's all the way full, if we tip just a little bit forward here, we spill the water out the front, okay? So this is essentially what an anterior pelvic tilt is. It's when the pelvis is tilted forward this way. Now, what you're gonna notice when I hold this position, a few things you're gonna notice, is the lower back is at an excessive arch, the butt's kind of sticking out back here, and then the stomach pops out to the front, okay? So a lot of different issues with that we're gonna break down. But first we'll start with how to know if you actually have this. So most people, you can just look to the side in a mirror, and if you relax everything and you look over and your hips are tilted forward, the stomach's poking out, the butt's sticking out, you more than likely have that anterior tilt that we're talking about. A couple other ways to kind of test it. So if you come up against a wall, bring your feet a couple feet away from the wall, bend the knees just a little bit, and then you want to plant everything against the wall, including your head and shoulders. Now from there, you should be able to tuck the hips under, so tuck the butt up and under away from the wall. You should be able to close off this gap where the lower back is all the way against the wall. And then to kind of see what range of motion you have, you'll go back and forth. So you'll tilt the hips forward. So you're going to push the butt into the wall. You'll create this big gap right here where you can get your hand back in your lower back. And then you'll tuck the stomach in and rotate the hips underneath. Okay, so two things you should look for. You should be able to get your butt all the way off of the wall when you tuck under and still have the rest of the back and the head all the way against the wall. If you go to tuck and everything shifts off the wall, you got some major restrictions there in the pelvic complex. When we go into this arch, you should be able to keep your head and shoulders against the wall, the butt against the wall, and you should have a gap in that lower back. Okay, so that'll check both ends range of motion. If either one of those are restricted, you have some restriction in your pelvic complex and there's a problem.